everyone, good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nan Bunad.
I'm Tulip Nak Sompopla.
And we'll begin tonight with the latest stories on COVID-19. And it's official that all entertainment venues will have to be closed for at least 14 days, and that covers 41 provinces. This has been confirmed by the Public Health Permanent Secretary, Dr. Kietiphong Wongrachit, who told the media around 3 p.m. today that the CCSA has decided to close all entertainment outlets, including pubs, bars, karaoke bars, and massage parlors in 41 provinces for at least 14 days. For the 41 provinces, that also includes Bangkok, Pathum Thani, Samut Sakhar, Nakhon Pathom, Ayutthaya, and all these provinces as well. So all of the entertainment venues in 41 provinces will have to be closed for 14 days. He explained, however, that eateries which do and do not serve alcohol are allowed to operate as normal, but must strictly observe basic safety measures. And if an infection is found in any of them, though, they may face closure for at least 2 weeks. In addition, the Communicable Disease Committee of each respective province is empowered to close any eatery which they regard as being at high risk of transmission of the disease for at least 2 weeks as well. So this is official. All pubs, bars, all these places will have to be closed.
As for the people that are still wondering what's going to happen to Songkran celebration in Thailand, or to be specific, in Bangkok, the Bangkok actually just officially canceled the Songkran festivities. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration has decided to cancel the activities schedule in all districts of Bangkok to, they said, prevent the further spread of COVID-19. The Deputy Governor Griangyot Sutlapha said that due to the latest outbreak related to pub cluster in Thong Lo area, which has spread to different provinces, the BMA decided to cancel the Songkran activities at Lan Khon Mueang Plaza. This includes an almsgiving ceremony and pouring water over Buddha images and elders as blessing. So earlier we were talking about cancel the water splashing.
Yep.
They were allowing some kind of traditional celebrations such as pouring water or the almsgiving, but now Bangkok administration just canceled all of these activities. At the same time, Songkran activities in other districts organized by the district office will also be cancelled. The BMA also announced that it will close all entertainment venues on Khao San Road from April 7th to 12th and will provide a free COVID-19 test to all merchants in the area. He advised citizens to perform the ceremony of pouring water on Buddha images and elders at home and avoid going out to crowded areas. However, those who have to travel must wear face masks at all times, practice social distancing, and wash their hands frequently. Meanwhile, all special activities to be organized in Klong Ong Ang have also been cancelled to prevent the spread of COVID-19. That includes kayaking along the canal, musical performances, and a special market selling local items. However, the art alley will still be open to visitors, but with strict preventive measures.
So we can expect a very dry Songkran celebrations this year because of the current spread of COVID-19, which has been rooted from the entertainment clusters.
And if you have been following news about the infection rate at the same time this year when it was just started, and right now it's actually looking like it's spreading faster.
Yes.
So we just have to be a little more, more stricter to the measures that we try to control the disease here.
And especially the fact that this time round, the clusters in entertainment venues is actually the UK strain of the coronavirus. It has been advised by the top virologists that everyone should stay home for Songkran celebrations instead to limit the spread of COVID-19. And Dr. Yongpoo Warawan, Thailand's top virologist, has expressed his concern that the UK strain of COVID-19, which is now linked to the Thong Lo cluster and is spreading through Bangkok and several other provinces, will spread more rapidly during the Songkran festival and may mutate into a local strain that is difficult to eliminate. His recommendation is for all Thais to stay home to contain the disease for the nation during the Songkran festival next week. In his Facebook post on Thursday, Dr. Yong of Chulalongkorn University admitted that the spread of the UK strain in Thailand is unexpected because Thailand has not fully opened to foreign arrivals and all arrivals are subject to 14 days quarantine and to COVID-19 tests. The next important thing, said Dr. Yong, is to be vigilant and to watch out for other new strains, especially those which may affect the efficacy of vaccines available in Thailand or which cause more severe symptoms. He stressed the need for proactive screening of those linked to clusters of infection, even though it means increased costs. He also mentioned the case in India where COVID-19 has spread exponentially and the virus has mutated into numerous strains. Expressing his serious concern for the Songkran holiday, when many people will travel extensively, he said that this will contribute to the further spread of the disease.
So just have to be, I think the overall measure is still the same thing, like we have been stressed here, that you just have to keep your face mask on, washing your hands, stay away from other people, 1.5 meters at least, and just make sure that you're aware of what are you doing, what are you touching, and things like that.
Definitely, but what we may have noticed that on the government side, they decided not to impose any of the lockdown measures which we've seen last year. They keep saying that, okay, for the Songkran holidays, you can travel back, but on the other side, the experts, the virologists say that if you do not lock down, if you do not control the spread of COVID-19, it's going to spread even faster, especially the fact that it's a UK strain and it spreads around 1.7 times faster than the normal strain as well.
I think it's a very difficult decision for the government to decide because the economic impact from the movement restriction is very severe, and people just starting to regain some kind of momentum back from the lockdown last year.
Yeah.
And if they go back to lockdown again, I think there will be a lot of businesses get themselves into even much deeper trouble. So it's a very difficult choices to choose. I mean, how can you try to control the pandemic in the same time try to make sure that the business doesn't get even more impact?
Yeah, because we can see that the virologists recommend that they should impose a lockdown to stop all the movements. But for the government side, like you just said, they are concerned about the economy because last year the economy has been highly affected by COVID-19. So they might have thought that maybe it's better to keep it this way so that people have the freedom to travel and the economy won't be highly affected.
We have to say though, the other country that didn't do fully lockdown and still not doing so bad is like somewhere like New Zealand,
right,
or Japan or South Korea. They didn't do the full lockdown. They didn't do the total restriction of movements. But then people have to be very, very cooperative with the measures the government is trying to do to control the pandemic. Right. Anyway, let's come back to Thailand and the COVID number. The latest toll of the infected cases in Thailand finally surpassed 30,000 mark. What is 30,000 mark today. Yeah. So we record 405 new COVID-19 cases on Thursday. And now the total number of infections in Thailand is 30,310. And of the new cases, 391 are locally acquired, scattered across 24 provinces. Bangkok topped the list with 48 new cases among those under observation and treatment and 47 cases found during proactive screening. Other provinces record new infections today. Samut Prakan is 23, Chiang Mai 6, and there are some provinces that recorded only 1, but somewhere like Nonthaburi 18, Chonburi 14, Sa Kaeo 14, Prachuap Khiri Khan 14. and Narathiwat 146. There are 14 imported cases today, 6 from United Arab Emirates, 2 from Bangladesh, and 1 each from India, Malaysia, Switzerland, France, the UK, and Turkey. Meanwhile, Chonburi Province reported 40 new COVID-19 cases, all related to entertainment venues in various cities, including Bangkok, according to the Provincial Health Department. There are another 510 people considered to be at high risk waiting for their test result. So chances they will get even higher number once the result come back. While there are people who walk into the medical centers in the province to get tested for COVID-19, Chonburi is calling for its residents to contact its health department if they have been to a night entertainment venue or any other place listed by the administration as being as high risk. The local administration is asking its residents to be cooperative with disease control measures, maintain good personal hygiene, practice social distancing, wear face masks, wash their hands frequently, and avoid crowded places. Also in Chiang Mai, the Provincial Health Office announced that 36 new cases were found today, raising total infections in the province to 47. All have been admitted to hospital for treatment. And in Nonthaburi also reported 33 additional infections, with 26 of them directly linked to the entertainment venues, including singers, musicians, dancers, waitresses, students, officials, and office workers. So all this number will be included in the official number at the CCSA announcement tomorrow.
Yep. And because of the latest outbreak here, there have been concerns that not only people like us that can be infected with COVID-19, but there are also concerns that more children can be infected with the virus as well. This came from an expert in infectious diseases in children who has expressed her concern that more children are catching COVID-19 from family members, while the COVID-19 vaccines for children are still under development. Dr. Waruni Panpanit Van de Pitt of the Queen Sirikit National Institute of Child Health said that 40 infected children received treatment in hospitals last year, compared to this year when 10 infected children were admitted to hospitals between January and March. So it is likely that the numbers will increase. Most of the infected children are aged between 5 and 11 years old. They can develop severe symptoms, while the treatment is more complicated than that for adults. Meanwhile, the development of COVID-19 vaccines for children around the world is still in the trial stage, which is a slow process to ensure its safety. And so far, Pfizer has announced that its third phase development of COVID-19 vaccines for children is showing impressive results. However, such vaccines are not yet available in any country. So you can see that people are concerned, especially the experts are really concerned that more children will be getting infected with COVID-19, especially that there are new clusters coming up here and there as well.
So far, we kind of be a little more at ease when it comes to children, because they tend to they're not as high risk group as the elderly. And when they get infected, they tend to recover very fast and not have severe symptoms. But in the latest cluster in Thailand, we see more and more children get infected, so now it's become a big concern.
Definitely.
Now let's get out of the COVID-19 stories, and we're gonna get into one of the, I would say, international news, because it's not involved just Thailand. It involves what we call the Milk Tea Alliance. Today, Twitter spotlights Asia democracy movements with hashtag Milk Tea Alliance emoji. They launched a new emoji for it. Twitter has launched an emoji to highlight the Milk Tea Alliance online protest movement that has forged links between pro-democracy activists across Asia. The alliance, named for the shared love of sugary tea drinks across Hong Kong, Thailand, and Taiwan, emerged last year in an expression of cross-border solidarity and shared fear of authoritarian China. The campaign gained steam at a time when Hong Kong was emerging from months of pro-democracy protests, and urban youth in Bangkok and other Thai cities were beginning their own street confrontations with authorities, demanding reform to the military draft constitution and other rights. It has since spread to Myanmar, where tea with condensed milk is a staple breakfast accompaniment, after a coup ousted the country's civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi in February, sparking a mass uprising. Twitter said on its microblog that to celebrate the first anniversary of the Milk Tea Alliance, they had designed an emoji, what you see right now, featuring 3 different types of milk tea colors from regions where the alliance first formed online. The image appears in any tweet featuring the hashtag in English, Thai, Korean, and several other Asian languages. So you can try, maybe tweet right now in this hashtag and see whether you're gonna get this emoji. The term has been used on Twitter more than 11 million times since last April. The platform said with usage again spiking after the Myanmar coup. The military regime there has imposed overnight internet shutdowns and blanket mobile data restrictions to try and bring weeks of unrest to heel. It has also directed local telecom service providers to block access to social media sites, which protesters have skirted by using virtual private networks and foreign SIM cards. Twitter also said that they strongly believe that having access to the free and open internet is an essential right and remain a staunch defender and advocate of free expression and condemn internet shutdowns. So when we talk about Myanmar, if you want to know why cutting or black out the internet is such an important tool that the junta government use, you can go on our website. I'm selling our website. You can go on our website, www.thaipbsworld.com. We have a special report from Myanmar. We have our Myanmar correspondents did an in-depth report of why this internet cut is such an important thing.
Definitely. And speaking of the Myanmar situation, well, maybe the protests in general, we're seeing that the new generation is embracing the use of social media to express their thoughts and their standpoints on the political situation. And in Myanmar's case, because even though there is an internet shutdown, it wouldn't even stop them from demanding for democracy.
Right. Should we go back to the milk tea story, though? I was going to say I've been trying all this milk tea in all these countries and it's all delicious. It's a little bit different and it has its own character, but it's still milk tea.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that the milk tea shows, it actually reflects the culture in different countries. Like for Thailand, Taiwan, Myanmar, and Hong Kong, they all have some similarities, but it has its own uniqueness.
Like in Myanmar, I found that their milk tea is between Indian chai and Thai tea, because it have like spice, but not as strong as the Indian tea.
Right. And if it's in Thailand, we have like cha thai. Right. But then all of a sudden there's bubble tea as well.
Oh yes, that is another story. A really big, crazy story about bubbles.
Yeah, bubble tea, but it's still like milk tea mixed with, what is it, these pearls and all
tapioca?
Yeah.
But right now they have other options. They have like different kind of, like some kind of jelly, some kind of other stuff that they use instead of the
little pearls.
The tapioca, yeah.
Oh, they call it tapioca, right?
I think that's what they call it at first. Some place call it boba.
Ah, boba tea.
Yeah, some place call it boba tea, some place call it tapioca, some place call it bubble tea, but I guess all the people that love them just know exactly what it is. I mean, they hear the name and they know what it is.
But anyway, let's not drink too much because it has a lot of sugar.
Well, sometimes you just can't stop. Anyway, that's all the news we have in this edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. If you want to know more what's going on in Thailand, in our neighboring country, or in-depth report or daily report from Myanmar, you can go also check out on our website, www.thaipbsworld.com. We have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have Facebook as well, and Instagram and TikTok.
And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Thanks for watching and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ